All right, so if you've been paying less attention to the crypto market, specifically Bitcoin and maybe your favorite altcoins, and you feel like we're probably going into a bear market, so I'll probably just sell or I won't really pay attention, I actually think right now is the time to be locking in because we got some big news to go through. And of course, instead of taking hours and hours every day to research, you could just watch this channel because I turn up every day to bring you guys fully up to date with the market. And if we jump straight onto Bitcoin's chart, you can see 91,300. Of course, we are yet to break the higher resistance of this ascending triangle here, but things are looking pretty nice. Bitcoin is holding up well, and you know me, I stay bullish, I stay interested, and I stay excited because, guys, it's a Tuesday and we didn't get a massive, unbelievable dump, which is always nice to see at the start of the week. However, I don't want to catch my chickens, catch them before they hatch, because that's what you do. I don't want to do that because we may get an almighty dump. So be prepared for that. As you know, I did open that Dogecoin trade, full transparency as always. The last trade did close out about $8,000 of profit. Now I have unrealized $500 of a loss here in the Dogecoin trade. Probably opened up a little bit too early here. I have my $5,500 of risk in my margin. And I'm just going to wait patiently, expecting a bounce as Dogecoin has actually gone down while Bitcoin hasn't really gone down, which is a discrepancy that I haven't noticed yet. As you know, I've noticed quite a correlation, a delayed correlation between the way Bitcoin has been moving and the way Dogecoin has been moving. That's why I've been trading it. I like it in this market environment. But right now, we're seeing a little bit of a change in the tide here, but I'm going to stay strong. I'm going to stay invested in this trade, and I'll keep you guys up to date no matter what happens. In the short term, I am waiting for a push to the upside to about 93,000 for Bitcoin to see if we can finally break that, or coming down to retest this sloping support line, maybe around 89 to 90K. Now, hopefully we hold that. If we don't hold that, it is on the cards that we can come down to this $70,000 region and then basically grab the liquidity that sits below this region if that were to happen. But we're going to have to wait patiently. And remember, the best thing for us to do right now is planning for both the push to the upside or the push to the downside, how we'll react to both of those scenarios, as no one can tell us in concrete that either one of those will happen, right? In the other news, though, we have one Iranian rial is now worth €0. Iran's currency has completely collapsed. And the reason why I wanted to talk about this quickly is, of course, if anyone in Iran was holding Bitcoin, they wouldn't have to hold it in a bank. They wouldn't have to do all of this. And as their currency dropped, essentially the value of Bitcoin would be, if it is really zero, would essentially be infinity in comparison to their currency. So just another use case for Bitcoin. Remember, Bitcoin isn't controlled by any government, by any entity. People could have bought it and held it. Now, I'm not saying they should have, but that's just something that's there. Now, a Satoshi era wallet just bought 6,900 Bitcoin worth 630 million. This guy, according to OX Nobler here, has perfectly called every major dip since 2013 and always went all in. He doesn't definitely know, but he might be considering Bitcoin is about to go higher. So this could be whales moving right now, guys, as Bitcoin has potentially put in its low. Now, weird things going on. This is why I think we need to lock it in, all right? So a former NYC major, Eric Adams, launched a meme coin, a meme coin that hits 580 million in market cap before crashing 80% in a matter of minutes. Nearly 500 million in market cap has been lost since the post-launch peak. Wild, right? I don't know why, I don't know why anyone really launches their own tokens. They seem to essentially nearly always do this. So it's like, I don't know why you would do this, but guys, this could be showing signs of liquidity in the market, just waiting for a place to go. Now, Trump is seemingly at it again. Let's just quickly listen to what he's saying here.
Under these cuts, many families will be saving between $11,000 and $20,000 a year. And next spring is projected to be the largest tax refund season of all time.
So a massive tax refund season where people are saving money. If this has ended up being true, this could be a massive liquidity event, right? Of course, it's not instant money in people's pockets, but these savings could go elsewhere, investments, potentially like Bitcoin, potentially like other altcoins and all of that sort of jazz. Liquidity is what we're looking for. The White House also confirmed that Donald Trump wants to eliminate taxes on Bitcoin and crypto transactions. On top of that, we have the SEC chair, Paul Atkinson, says it remains to be seen if the US takes Venezuela's reported $60 billion in Bitcoin holdings. Now, I'm not here to tell you or to talk about the morality of all of this stuff, right? We'll leave that to the people who know far better than me. But 60 billion in Bitcoin holdings being added to the US Strategic Reserve could be a very bullish thing to happen. Now, Paul Atkinson also says that this is a big week for crypto as Congress is on the cusp of upgrading their financial markets to the 21st century. What this could mean is we don't really know, but again, excitement, liquidity, mixed with potential rate cuts coming soon, potential tax cuts coming soon. All of this could be the liquidity event. And quietly behind the scenes, things are happening. A Satoshi era wallet, not that one, a Satoshi era wallet buying plus strategies STRC recording over 175 million in daily volume of $100. Saylor is apparently or potentially gearing up for another massive buy. And to focus more in on Michael Saylor here, he said, we hit an all-time high and added 100 companies with Bitcoin on the balance sheet. And I think we raised 25 billion to buy more Bitcoin. We bought 100x more Bitcoin in 2025 than we did in 2020. And Strike, which is STRC there, it is pretty good, has pretty good fundamental progression. Now, this is all pretty big stuff. And to me, this shows that there is liquidity in the market. It's just focused elsewhere. It's not focused on meme coins. And the amount of conversations I have in my comment section that's like, you know, crypto's dead, crypto's going nowhere, all it does is go down. And I say, well, Bitcoin's really gushed on up and to the right in the last 4 years, right? And they, well, Conor, I'm not talking about Bitcoin, I'm talking about altcoins. And this is the thing. This is the fundamental issue, I think, with the market. People aren't willing to change and let's call it flow with the market. What I believe, and this could be completely wrong, is the market is different. The market has matured, and the likes of Bitcoin and the larger cap cryptos that have institutional interest or backing or ETFs or something around that, maybe DATs, I think that's where this liquidity goes. And I don't think the alt season is going to be like we were all expecting. I believe we had an alt season 2024, actually, to be precise, but I don't think we're going to have this all-out liquidity event where everything comes into all altcoins. I think it's going to be specific altcoins and Bitcoin that have institutional excitement and engagement. I've said this a million times, but I think that crypto is going to become a place like the S&P 500 where there's a basket of crypto and people just invest into that, and that's how the liquidity rises. And this is what I think is the start of that. With that said, guys, I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.